Yes, yo, what's up, my people? They call me Fresh Guy Beats, Fresh Guy Desi, you already know. Today, I want to make comments on the whole Psquare Saga, the whole Psquare story, and I also want to relate it. I want to take a step further and relate it to the music industry that we have of today. You see, it's a really crazy, vicious industry that is filled with very greedy, selfish, ungrateful people. It is the industry that me myself am inside. But today I've chosen to say the truth. You understand? Because I've experienced firsthand some of these things. I've experienced it. And I can tell you for free that this industry is filled with people who don't want to see others grow. And it's very, very surprising because you can imagine that an artist that is selling out stadiums, their own producer doesn't even own a house. Some of them don't even own cars. Then you see stuff like some industry executives, they want to present a producer a contract that is going to say that your own publishing, you are going to give it to them as a producer. You can imagine that. So it's crazy. I don't want to say privileged because the experience wasn't so very good, but at the same time I learned from it. But I experienced a situation whereby this artist, he hasn't even made it yet. He was already showing me signs that, okay, me now, by the time I make it, you are going to be looking for me. And I'm your producer. You know, why am I doing this video? Because I was listening to what VTech the Awesome was saying in his video. He made a video some days ago about his experience with Psquare, and I can tell for a fact, because I've been in that situation, I can tell for a fact that VTech was hiding 90% of the things that he was saying in that video. 90%. Why? Because of course you need to present yourself as someone who is not bitter, you know, so that people can feel free to work with you. But the truth is that he was hiding a lot. Because if you're somebody who has produced those number of hits, it gets as you go they look. And the situation is like this in so many other industries. Let me say industries like outside Nigeria as well. But the situation in Nigeria is worse. It's worse. That's the truth. It's worse. Because at least that side you can see a producer looking very good. A producer that has produced some of your favorite songs that you hear. Producer is looking very, very good. But in Nigeria, look at the producers that have done major works. How do they look? What's their look? Do they own houses? Do they own cars? Do they drive the kind of cars that these artists drive? Now, this is not to say that the artists or the managers and other executives don't put in work as well. They put in work. You understand? Because I'm also an artist, so I know that being an artist is not easy. But most Nigerian producers, they make the beats, they record the artists, and then they do mixing and mastering. And they still don't deserve to drive the kind of cars that these other artists, celebrities drive, or own the kind of houses. Why? It's simply because some people have chosen to be greedy, selfish, and very bitter towards their producers, very bitter towards themselves, because it's not just producers, it's also towards themselves. And the reality is, if we were to be nicer to ourselves in the industry would have gone far, far, far beyond where we are right now. It would have gone far, far, far beyond where we are right now. And it's unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. But I can see that there's some improvement. However, this improvement is not coming because somebody started thinking that, okay, make producers sell the chop. No, it's coming because of the awareness of the producers. I can see now that producers now know what licensing is. They know how to license their beats. And still some artists, still they feel in their hearts that, you know what, even though you know about this licensing, I still won't give you your license. I still won't give you your payment. I mean your due pay. But I can see now that producers have realized that, okay, you know what, since these guys are becoming too stiff, let me actually find a way around this whole, collecting peanuts and giving you global hits. So producers have gone into several other things. Shout out to all the producers that are, diving into other stuff like content creating. They've gone into movies. They've gone into DJing, Because if you look at it, producers get ripped off a lot in this industry. A lot. I personally, I'm not going to mention names, but I'm just going to chip in something that I experienced. After producing 30-something songs for a label, all of a sudden they felt that, you know what, this my work that I put in, I don't deserve the kind of pay that I'm asking for. You understand? And we already had an agreement before we started. So I was worried, like, what's happening? They now started seeing the potential of the songs that I produced. So they now felt that, if we actually give this guy his due, he will be getting a lot. They forgot the work that I had put in to making the songs. They were now thinking about what I'm going to gain. The sleepless nights, I used to work like 12 hours straight, no sleeping. I'm telling you, it was crazy. And yet, still, they felt that, you know what, this guy don't really deserve this pay. And it's really, really bad. It's really, really bad because now, when the producer now realizes that, okay, this is what the industry is all about, they will now start being uptight with other artists. Right now, I'm not being uptight with artists. I mean, I'm still free with them because, first of all, what did I do? I forgave myself for putting in that much work for somebody else. You understand? I forgave myself, first of all. Secondly, I went on to tell myself that all this that I have done, all this production that I have done, all the whole songs, I even wrote songs. Do you understand? Like, I wrote like 60 to 70% of the songs because I was producing for two artists. One of the artists, I wrote all his songs. The other one, of course, some parts of his songs, not all. So, but what am I trying to say? The industry, the Nigerian industry, needs to start thinking together. We need to, in fact, that's the first thing we need to do. By the time we start thinking together, then we now have a structure. Because we don't have a structure like South Africa, and it's because we are not yet thinking together. That's the truth. We're not yet thinking together. Everybody wants to hustle on their own, get their own stuff, and then let every other person not eat. Even if you're working with them, they don't want you to eat. And it's wild, it's crazy. There are a lot of people that if they come out and start talking about their stories with some of these popular artists, even the ones that are not popular, it's going to be crazy to hear. It's going to be crazy to hear. So, I mean, I totally understand what the whole Psquare Saga is all about, and it's unfortunate. But I mean, whatever it is, life goes on, right? So that's it. But my own view is the Nigerian music industry needs to start thinking together instead of thinking how much is going to come in, because this is music, it's yours, and it's yours for eternity. It's yours for eternity, so you're gonna keep making money from it from now till forever. So there's no point, trying to see how maybe the next person is not really going to make it, but you are going to make it. Think more of collaboration. That's what's going to help the industry. Until we start thinking more of collaboration, we're not really going to have a structure. So yeah, that's it for today. So big shout out to everyone who has been paying attention. I've got amazing beats coming out daily. So subscribe to my YouTube, follow all my platforms, and you go and follow up on all the beats that I've been dropping. Mind you, this is Fresh Guy Desi, Fresh Guy Beats. I'm an artist, I'm a music producer, I'm a sound engineer, and right now I'm also your consultant. So cheers and see you next time.